Terrible Toy Box, Devolver Digital, Lucasfilm Games. How unexpected. View the scrapbook if you're new to Monkey Island or need a refresher. Okay.
Hey, want to see my Mighty Pirate scrapbook? It's filled with my adventures.
Okay. Camera's a bit off. There we go. So this is like a previously on Monkey Island. Also, is the sound loud? It looks like it's loud. Let me... I don't know. It's not like master volume. Sure.
Hey, want to see my Mighty Pirate scrapbook? It's filled with my adventures. Ever since I was a kid, I wanted to be a mighty pirate.
Mighty Pirate guy with Threepwood. Alrighty.
That's me, Guybrush Threepwood.
Yes.
That's me, Guybrush Threepwood. In the old days, you became a pirate by completing 3 trials to prove your worth. Treasure hunting is important for any pirate. Mastering sword fighting was more a matter of wits than agility. The test of thievery involved breaking into the governor's mansion. The security was heavy. The pirate leaders were in charge of the 3 trials, acting as judge, jury, executioner, and devoted grog tasters. This is when I met Elaine, the love of my life. She was governor at the time. Things took an unexpected turn while I was working on the 3 trials. Elaine was kidnapped and taken to Monkey Island by the nefarious ghost pirate LeChuck. LeChuck thought he was in love with Elaine.
He thought he was? I mean, I guess.
I scraped together a crew. Carla, Otis, and Meathook joined me on my voyage to Monkey Island to save Elaine.
And boy did they regret it.
My first ship was the Sea Monkey. I bought it at Stan's used ships with a letter of credit that I, sort of falsified. Monkey Island was a steaming volcanic mystery, covered with jungle and not found on any map. You had to brew a special potion just to find Monkey Island. I made some substitutions, but it got us there just the same. There were some people living there who claimed to be cannibals, but I think it was just a show for the tourists. I met an old castaway there, Herman Toothrot. He and the locals wrote a lot of indignant letters to each other. LeChuck's ghostly ship was anchored in a lake of lava hidden beneath the island's surface. On the island was a gigantic monkey head statue with hidden catacombs underneath. The monkey head opened with a special key that you stuck in its ear.
Lovely.
We wound up back on Melee Island for the stunning conclusion to my first big adventure. I made it to the church just in time to stop the wedding. Or so I thought. It turned out Elaine already had everything under control. How does she do that? I defeated LeChuck and he basically exploded. It was the beginning of something magical. These are from the time I went to find the treasure of Big Whoop. I met my good friend Wally, who makes maps, and I stole his monocle. Good times. The mysterious voodoo lady at the International House of Mojo taught me to make a voodoo doll, which came in handy more than once. The map to the treasure had been torn into 4 pieces, which, let's face it, is about as piratey as it gets. Elaine always seems to know when I need her. Again, it came down to just me and LeChuck at the end. He was using magic, but then, so was I. One time, Elaine got turned into a statue. Well, LeChuck was behind it, of course. That guy never gives up.
Was he, though? Was LeChuck really behind it? I seem to remember that you were the one putting the ring on her finger, but...
It was around this time that I met Murray, the allegedly all-powerful demonic skull, after a rousing sea battle.
Okay, so now we're at the third game, so they're really just going through all the games, just to give us a recap of everything.
I got eaten by a snake. I erupted a volcano on purpose. There's not a lot I wouldn't do for Elaine. I got buried alive. Things backfired on LeChuck because Elaine and I got married when it was all over. Game, set, matchmaker.
Sure.
This was a great day. Though in retrospect, we shouldn't have had the scum bar handle the catering. This is the daisy we stomped on together. Wedding traditions are weird. It's either Elaine's wedding veil or my handkerchief. We got them to match.
Okay.
I wrote a great haiku for the wedding invitation. I don't know why you have to have candy-coated almonds at a wedding, but apparently you do. Elaine and me together forever. The daggers are symbolic of cutting through troubles, I think.
Okay, so this is between the third and fourth game then. Because at the beginning of the fourth game they return from their honeymoon.
Oh man, this was that crazy time LeChuck teamed up with an Australian billionaire and tried to use a mystical talisman to make Elaine his bride.
Right.
Everything started because they thought Elaine was dead, so they held an election to replace her. The ultimate insult wasn't really ultimate, or even an insult at all. Or was it?
I no idea.
LeChuck and I battled it out on a grand scale that time.
Are they what? Giant monkey robot and giant LeChuck robot? What?
LeChuck and I battled it out on a grand scale that time. I made a goofy monster out of prosthetic body parts. It didn't help with anything, but I had fun doing it.
I remember that part before the game decided to stop functioning.
Then there was the time I accidentally let loose LeChuck's pox over the entire Caribbean. Or so it seemed. I had to wear a hook for a while. It came in handy. The death card doesn't usually represent literal physical death, except when it does. Morgan Le Fay betrayed me, even after we bonded inside a giant manatee. I should have trusted her less. Elaine wasn't fooled by LeChuck's human form any more than I was. I should have trusted her more. I went on trial for my life on 4 separate charges. I defended myself, of course.
Oh, of course.
Love did win out in the end. Oh, here's that voodoo doll from the end of my Big Whoop adventure. I defeated LeChuck with this. His leg came off as easy as tearing a loaf of bread.
Get more paper for the rest of my adventures. Okay, so that's a recap of all the games, sort of. So all of the games are relevant. Now let's see. More puzzles, harder puzzles, the full monkey. I kind of regret not doing the hard mode for Monkey Island 3 because I missed out on a lot of puzzles and interesting dialogue. So let's go with hard mode. Also, wasn't there... Display speaker's name? Sure. Speech text backing, speech text size. Writer's cut, more blather, worse pacing. Do we want that? Do we want more goofy dialogue? Even though it's worse pacing? Text plus speech. Thank you. I get we can if it's too much, we can probably just go and turn it off at any point. Well, let's do the previously on thing, even though we just went through the scrapbook. So let's do this and start. Oh, I thought the previously on thing was gonna be now.
Take this, LeChuck!
Guybrush, come over here. Gently now. Remove my mask.
Will you promise to stop picking on me?
All right, I promise. Anything. Just put my leg back on.
Hey, you kids. You're not supposed to be in here.
What's next?
Let's goof on those two. Pretend they're our parents.
Yeah! Sorry we ran off. You were probably worried about murderers and ne'er-do-wells.
Don't worry, I found him.
Come on, let's go.
Let's pretend I have powers that make lightning come out of my eyes.
It's so lifelike.
I wonder if it's real.
Okay.
Sorry, boys, could you stop following us? It's creepy.
Yes, sir.
Come on, I saw a scurvy dog shack back there.
Scurvy dogs. I've never had one of those.
No way, you have to try one. It's the best thing you'll ever eat in your life. No fooling.
Wow.
Okay.
Sounds real.
Lovely.
I once got a scurvy dog that was bigger than my head.
Wakey, wakey, Mr. Pirate. Hello? Boo!
Ha! He's dead to the world.
All right.
Hey, Chucky, get ready to run. I guess they don't like visitors.
Let's go next door and get scurvy dogs.
Okay, so this is definitely the end of the second
Some
game.
places you go have scurvy dogs with cheese inside.
This would be great for apple bobbing.
But it's different as well. Tie up.
Hey, Chucky, stand over here for a minute.
Nah, I want to get scurvy dogs.
Okay then, let's go get some scurvy dogs.
Those glasses are thicker than the layer of grease on the floor. They put it on a leg to keep you from walking off with it.
I once had the hiccups for 4 days straight.
How are that relevant?
It says, return outhouse key when finished, or else.
Chicken foot fries?
How much are those chicken foot fries?
Chicken foot fries are 2 pieces of 8.
Do I have money? To-do list. Buy scurvy dogs. Okay.
Can we get some chicken foot fries?
You got 2 pieces of 8? That's money that grown-ups use.
I know what a piece of 8 is.
Have you got any?
No.
Then no fries.
Okay.
You kids better have money.
Yeah. We've got all kinds of money.
Didn't we just say we didn't?
Can we get a mug of grog, please?
Grog's for grown-ups. Beat it. Now what?
Can we get a couple of scurvy dogs?
Sure, if you give me a piece of 8.
Please? Can't you spare something for a couple of hungry kids?
Listen up, you little moocher. Let me tell you something. I don't see that well. For all I know, you could be some really short 30-year-old guy trying to take advantage of my disability. In which case, shame on you. You should know better. And if you really are kids, then I have to tell you, I don't like kids. Don't like talking to them. Don't like listening to them. Don't like to smell them. You come in here, make fun of me, sneeze on the food, spill stuff on the floor, and leave without buying anything. I'd rather have rats.
I've got good news for you then.
I'm an honest businessman trying to make an honest living. I don't need 50 kids a day coming in and wasting my time trying to get me to give them free food.
I guess never mind.
Well then.
Hey, I know. Let's look for change in the outhouse across the way. Coins fall out of people's pockets when they sit down in there.
Lovely. Mess around in the outhouse.
It's
That's
locked. I should get that key from the scurvy dog shack.
right.
Did you know?
Did I know? I didn't know. Snag the key.
I'll bring this right back, sir.
You'd be wise to do that. I got the leg from the last kid who didn't bring back the key.
Okie doke. Oops.
Good. You unlocked it.
What is
Hey,
this?
friend.
Ugh, what is this stuff? It smells the same as the toilet. Where should we look?
All over. Do you see any coins?
It isn't a piece of 8, but it's a round piece of metal about the same size and shape as a piece of 8.
That's called a slug. It's like a fake coin.
Fake it?
Fake coin is almost as good as a real coin.
Ah, delicious.
Gross. Chucky, why don't you look in the toilet?
No way. You do it.
Okay. Ugh. Gross.
Uh-huh.
I can see.
I don't see any coins, and I'm not putting my hands in that.
Well, I guess the fake coin should work.
It looks like a piece of 8, if you don't see very well.
Mm-hmm. Oops. I keep thinking I have to click out of it, but I just have to move it out.
What can we get with this?
Tastes like a piece of 8. Enough for a couple of scurvy dogs if you want.
Perfect!
Oh.
Take 'em, boy.
What are you getting?
What?
Just kidding. Here's yours. Yum! What do you want to do now?
I don't know. What do you want to do? I want to say 2 scurvy dogs at the same time.
The words don't look like words, but there's a picture of a scurvy dog.
Sorry.
Hey, Chucky, stand over here for a minute.
No way.
I guess we're not tying him up then.
Let's not go back there again. We'll just get yelled at.
Mess around and explore, find the real parents.
I wonder where those 2 people we were following went. I have an
Nope.
extra tooth in the back. I can feel it with my tongue.
Good for you.
That's my friend Dee. Hey, Dee.
Hey, Chucky, what are you jerk faces up to?
We just got here.
I'm making a list of stuff to do.
Give me that. I'm an expert planner. There. Perfect. See you around the park, shitheads.
Mess around, check out the anchor, beat Chucky in a race, feed the duck, and sauce the scurvy dog, sword fighting, find a 4-leaf clover, make a wish at the wishing well. Okay, well, there's the anchor.
That's a cool anchor.
That just shows how little you know about anchors. This one's not a very good example. You'd know that if you read as much about anchors as I have. Did you know that anchors originally weren't designed to hold ships in place? They were used in combat, shot from cannons as a grapple when you were trying to board another ship. They started making them bigger and bigger because they would do more damage that way. Then, people noticed what happened when you missed the other ship and hit the sea bottom instead. The current bow-shaped design is actually less effective than the sharper V-shaped design that was popular last century. But the older design went out of fashion after sailors started to think the letter V was bad luck. You can still find the old kind around sometimes, but collectors have grabbed most of them. On a modern anchor, if you look close, you can tell that one side is a little larger than the other. That's to prevent what's called plummeting, where the anchor goes down too evenly and then it doesn't catch well on the bottom. The little flanges at the tips are at different angles to make it twist on the way down for the same reason. Most anchors these days are made of iron, and you have to recast them like twice a year because they rust. About 30 years ago, somebody thought of a way to get around that by making them out of wood instead. All kinds of people invested a lot of money in these wooden anchor companies. But the only way they could keep them from floating was to attach another anchor. And so they gave up and went back to the old way. The word anchor comes from the Sanskrit word nagara, meaning city. They're called that because when you stop in the middle of the ocean,
What in the
it's
world?
like you've made port at an invisible city. Yeah, I'm kind of an expert on anchors. I read a lot.
That's informative. You can press comma to see previous lines, so you can skip back and forth in dialogue. Okay, that's good to know. Oh, okay. Sure. Challenge Chucky to a race.
Hey, Chucky, wanna race?
You're on.
I'll officiate. 3, 2, 1, go! Chucky wins!
Woohoo! Yeah!
Next time for sure.
So I gotta find some way to beat him then. Take some bread.
Hey, hands off.
Excuse me,
Yes?
could we have some of your bread to feed the duck?
I don't think so. We brought it for ourselves.
Excuse me,
Yes?
will you pretend to be our parents again?
What do you mean, again?
Run along and find your real parents.
Okay.
I want to feed the duck.
The sign saying
Did you know your
don't feed the
feet won't
ducks.
smell if you
Don't feed the duck.
Right.
What's this red glob on the ground?
That's ketchup. It's supposed to be really good with scurvy dogs.
Do not pick the 4-leaf clovers. As if. Let's look for a 4-leaf clover.
Okay.
Good luck with that.
I mean,
I found
Uh,
one.
found one.
Awesome.
There was still one left. Darn.
At home, I've got a collection of old gold scurvy dog sticks that fills a whole shoebox.
Alrighty. A coin. An actual coin this time.
Maybe I should throw this down the wishing well. I never thought I'd ever find one.
I wish we could speak backwards.
I wish we could speak backwards. Or what?
Yes, you know.
Yes. Well, yes,
That was fun.
Oh man, it wore off.
Too bad. You made more sense than usual.
Who are you supposed to be? Or are you
I
not?
would say 2 scurvy dogs at
Anyone.
the same time. Are we done here? We might not be able to come back if we head this way.
Well, I mean, practice sword fighting then.
Let's be frank. You can never hope to beat me.
No way! You'll never catch up to my level.
I win.
I win.
You guys are both pretty weak.
Well, anyway, that was fun.
Okay. Beat Chucky, feed the duck, and some sauce to the scurvy dog. How do we... Nope, that's not it.
That's our bread.
I don't care.
Stop it. Hey, hands off. Stop it. Hey, hands off.
I wonder what's in that basket.
Let's find out.
What do you think you're doing? Kids these days have no regard for personal property.
And no respect for your elders.
I have half a mind to give you a piece of my mind.
And I've got the other half.
Blah, blah, blah. Blah, 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 blah.
Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah.
Blah, 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 blah. Blah, blah.
Blah, 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 blah.
Gotta run.
How rude.
There we go.
Did you know you can keep a scurvy dog warm by sticking it in your armpit?
Okay.
You should put that on your scurvy dog.
Sure, let's put some
It smells bad.
ground ketchup on our scurvy dog. Sounds like a great time. Ugh.
Yuck! I don't think that was ketchup.
Whoops.
Blah, 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 blah. Okay.
You up for another race?
You're on.
I'll officiate. 3, 2, 1.
Hey, cheater.
You have to wait until I say go.
But.
You up for another race?
You're on.
I'll officiate. 3, 2, 1, go! Chucky wins!
Woohoo! Yeah.
Yeah, you're not the only one, Cindy. That was... Hey, Chucky, eat this.
I stole it from that couple.
Okay, so how do I beat Chucky in this? Do I just have to be
You up
fast?
for another race?
You're
I'll officiate. 3, 2, 1, go! Chucky
He's
wins!
faster than me anyway.
Woohoo! Yeah!
Nuts!
Oh. If I double click, he's faster. Okay.
You up for another race?
You're on.
I'll officiate. 3, 2, 1, go!
There we go.
I win!
So this is just how to do stuff. Okay, well. Let's leave this place.
Hey, Dad.
Hello, Mr. Threepwood.
Hey, kids. Having fun?
Yeah.
We got squirrely dogs.
Those have toenails and stuff in them. Ugh, I read about it.
And we were playing your adventures. We just did Big Whoop.
Big whoop. Oh boy, that takes me back.
I like it when Chucky asked me to put his leg back on. He says it really funny.
You guys always make up the craziest stuff for the ending of that story.
It's fun.
But you can't just change it around. That's not how storytelling works.
A lot of your stories don't feel like they're finished at the end.
What do you mean?
Well, like, there's this one that you call The Secret of Monkey Island, where you went to Monkey Island and fought LeChuck.
Oh, that story has a great ending. There's punching and fireworks. I thought you liked that one.
But you never did find the secret. Not the real one.
Sure, but that's not what that story was about. Kids, let me tell you a story that is about finding the secret of Monkey Island.
Is this a long story?
I think maybe I gotta go use the bathroom or something.
Yeah, I have to go walk my tarantula.
Maybe I should go with them.
No, stick around. This is a good one. See, there was a rumor going around that my old nemesis, LeChuck, had somehow discovered the exact location of the secret of Monkey Island. I knew I had to get it before he did, so I went to Melee to get my own expedition started and beat him to the punch.